What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Hey, check it out. The Outright Bar chocolate caramel is in stock, just like Twix. I made it to be just like Twix because I love Twix. So anyway, that's in stock now at tigerfitness.com. Let's talk about something that just came to mind today. And that is, if you are an older individual and you've read, or a younger guy, and you've read Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, you know that he dedicated an entire chapter, not just one word, an entire chapter on cheating on your movements. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean every single movement, heaving and hoeing the weight? No. Does that mean doing half squats? No. Still do full range of motion. Half squats don't exist. Does that mean only coming down halfway on a bench press? No. What Arnold Schwarzenegger meant by cheat reps is, let's say you're doing a cheat curl and you do like 5 reps nice and strict. Then the last rep, you give it a little go just to get that extra rep. It's kind of like an intensity technique to go beyond failure. Now, today I posted a video of myself rowing 315. Now, I am not strong enough to stand still and just throw 315. For me, it looks more like this. Because 315 is a lot to brace with your core, with everything else involved, right? So when I use cheat sets, I want to explain to you how I recommend using them, how I use them myself. And honestly, when I use them, I get more gains. I just make better gains, and I'm using it safely in that I'm not doing a weight I can't perform. I'm not going above and beyond. I'm not bouncing. I'm not doing anything crazy, but I'm doing it in a safe way. So I use the term feeder set, not like Rich Piana did. For me, a feeder set means it's feeding into your main set. So it's basically a warm-up set. I just sometimes interchange the two, feeder, warm-up, feeder, warm-up. So let's say I'm doing rows. Let's take the rows I did today. So I did 135 for 6 reps, well below failure. I could probably do 25, 30 reps, right? I did 225 for 5 reps. Again, well below failure. So those sets, again, perfect form, locking it in, boom. But on that final set, I get it into my head, I get the music going, right? I get the music going, I got the 5-finger death punch, I got it going, I got the Metallica, I'm rocking and rolling, I'm ready. I get in and I'm not thinking about perfect hinging. I'm not thinking about perfect angles. I'm not thinking about the perfect mind-muscle connection. What I'm thinking about is attacking that weight. What I'm thinking about is like when I played football, I'm thinking about that running back going through the gap and me just bow, just hitting them right at the line. So for me, I'm thinking about attacking the weight. So I get in there, and while I am using probably 70 to 80% perfect form, there's that 10 to 20% swingability, that hinging, that swinging. But at the end of the day, here's what's happening. If I was to use perfect form, I would not be able to contract at the top with 315. However, by using looser form safely, I'm able to lift more weight and put more load on my muscle, overload my muscle more than if I was to not do that. And that's where it benefits you. Where it benefits you is muscle building. Hypertrophy is all about progressive overload. By overloading the muscle more, by doing 1 more rep, by doing 5 more pounds, by doing a little bit more volume, a little bit more intensity, whatever that overload technique is, I'm able to shock the muscle and coerce it into building new tissue, into growing. So for me, those intensity sets are worthwhile. So how do you make it work for you? So I'm not saying do this on every rep, on every exercise. There's certain exercises you can't do in it, right? I don't want you doing this on hyperextensions. I probably don't want you doing this on deadlifts or anything that puts a lot of force on your body. Certainly don't want you to do this on Olympic lifts. There's a lot of things that go wrong. But let's say you're doing a row. Let's say you're doing a hack squat even. Let's say you're doing anything that you can't really fall down on, right? Like if you do this on lunges, you're going to face plant, right? Again, use common sense in the exercises that are safe to do this on, right? Curls are a good example. Press downs are a good example. Rows are a good example. You can even get a little funky on RDLs, but be careful because you might tear your hamstring. Again, it's about controlled aggression. But you use these, so never, ever, ever just jump into that set. Do your first 1 to 3 feeder or warm-up sets, perfect form, with a few reps shy of failure. For me, it's usually 3 to 5 reps shy of failure or more. That final set, that Dorian Yates intensity set, that final set, when you can't do no more, when you have perfect form out the door and you can't do any more reps, what I want you to do, if you want to, of course, again, you can do what you want to do, right? I ain't telling you what to do, but break your form a little bit. Use a little bit of momentum. Use a little bit of swinging. And get that weight all the way to the top. And when you're done, if you can't drop set it, like a lot of exercises like low rows, cable low rows, I use drop sets. If you can't drop set it, do partial reps. Let's say your reps all the way here, right? But you can only come to here, just partial, squeeze that scapula. Whatever it is, get some. Again, I'm not saying take every set, every exercise, every rep, every whatever to failure. I'm saying that there's a time and place. And when you're trying to make gains, try to make hypertrophy, that reps in reserve shit, that's awesome for the feeder sets. But again, this is personal anecdote. I know science might say I'm an idiot, and that's fine. My wife says I'm an idiot too. Okay? On that final set, throw all that scientific reps in reserve bullshit out the door. Have some fun. Get in there. Put on some fucking Metallica and get that goddamn weight. All right, guys? Anyway, that's all I got to say anyway. Saying hi to you. Making sure to get the content out from beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Got a beautiful rental up here. Having a great time. Training at my buddy Stan's gym. Stan Williams, big Stan Williams, 2018 Mr. Knoxville. Training at his gym all week. Been a great week, great workouts. And tomorrow we're going to Dollywood. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell, and remember, that's not a game. Training intensity is everything. If you want to build muscle, if you want to get better, if you want to go hard, you need to train intense. A lot of pre-workouts, they get you intense. But then what happens? You crash. A lot of pre-workouts, they give you the pump, but then what happens? It wears off. A lot of pre-workouts, they'll give you all that stuff, but it doesn't add to your endurance. I want to be able to lift heavy. I want to be able to feel the pump. I want veins bulging from every single part of my body. I want to lift heavier weights every single time. I want to run farther. I want to run faster. I want to push harder, and I want to get bigger, stronger, and faster. And that's why I created Clash 3D. This pre-workout is next level, featuring 3D pump, Vasodrive AP, and a lot of other epic ingredients. Guys, this is the pre-workout that you need to take your workouts and your performance and your physique to the next level.